Okay. Good day again, everybody. This is going to be another topic under geriatric, and this time we are going to discuss about how we are going to understand the changes that are associated with aging. Okay. So to introduce, understanding common aging changes is essential to ensure competent gerontological nursing practice. The knowledge can aid in promoting practices that enhance wellness. Thereby, this will help us reduce risk to health and well-being of our older adult clients. Differentiating normal from unusual findings in older adults and the atypical presentation of illness can be invaluable in identifying pathology and obtaining treatment in a timely manner. Cellular apoptosis is the main reason of the changes in adults. This is when cells gradually reduce, leaving only few functional cells. There will be lean body mass. Okay, the lean body mass will be reduced, and cellular solids and bone mass are reduced as well. During aging, extracellular fluid is fairly constant, but it is the intracellular fluid that is decreased, which result to less body fluid. And this decrease makes dehydration significant to aging population or to older adult. Now, let us discuss first the changes in the physical appearance, okay? After the 4th decade of life, physical changes in a person started to become obvious. Nagkakaroon na yan ng male baldness. Okay, so male baldness is starting to manifest, and both gender, both male and female gender, experience graying of hair. As body fat atrophied, nagkakaroon na ngayon ng appearance of, bony appearance. It becomes evident. Loss of skin elasticity makes the axillae and facial contour to change. Nagkakaroon na rin ng appearance ng double chin, and the presence of eye bags are also happening. The skin fold thickness is reduced, making older people to develop sensitivity to cold, since there is loss of insulation, because it is actually the adipose tissue or the fats that serves as the insulation of our body. Stature also decreased by about 2 inches in height by 80 years of age. The long bones appear disproportionate because they do not shrink. The changes in the physical structure are gradual and subtle, so hindi nyo mapapansin. Differences in physiologic structure and function can arise from changes in different organ functions. Now, the illustration here summarizes the changes in the physical appearance of an aging population. Okay, so it includes ectropion of eyelids, elongated ears, arcus senilis, growth of facial hair in women, diminished muscle mass and skin fold thickness. There is also decrease in height, thicker hair in ears and nose, okay? Darkening and wrinkling of skin around orbits or sa mata, deepening of hollows of axillae and intercostal and supraclavicular spaces, and there is also narrower gait in women but wider gait in men. Okay? So moving on, we now proceed with the changes in the respiratory system. Okay? The changes in respiratory system is apparent at the entrance of the system, which is yung nose. Okay? So the connective tissue at the lower edge of the septum becomes relaxed and reduced support, causing the tip of the nose to rotate downward. Kaya parang nagmumukhang kamatis. Okay? Septal deviations can also occur during this time. Mouth breathing becomes common. That's why common din sa aging population ang snoring and the presence of obstructive apnea. The submucosal glands have decreased secretions, making it more difficult to dilute mucous secretions. So thicker secretions are more difficult to remove. This is the reason why some of the or many of the older adults have the feeling of having the stuffy nose. There is also structural structure changes in the chest leading to decreased respiratory activity kasi nagbabago yung structure niya. The sum of all these changes lead to less lung expansion and decreased ability to expel foreign or accumulated matter. The lung exhales less effective, causing increase in residual volume. An increase in residual volume leads to reduced vital capacity, and maximum breathing capacity also decreases. There is also decline in ventilatory capacity, which is seen when there is a need for extra breathing demand. With less effective gas exchange, older adults are more prone to respiratory infection. So going to the trachea and rib cage, this becomes rigid because of the calcification of the costal cartilage or the soft bones. Inspiratory and expiratory capacity are decreased also. The anteroposterior chest diameter is increased, often demonstrated by the presence of kyphosis. Cough and laryngeal reflexes are blunted. Cilia or the hair type in the lungs are reduced in numbers, and there is hypertrophy of the bronchial mucus gland, which further complicate expelling of mucus and debris. Alveoli becomes reduced in number and becomes stretched because of loss of elasticity, which happens by the 6th decade of life. So 60 pataas. Okay. Lung becomes smaller, less firm, lighter, and more rigid and have less recoil. Now, the picture here also indicates the summary of the changes that is happening or that are happening in the respiratory system as a person goes older or as they grow old. Okay. Now, what are the changes in the cardiovascular aside from those that are again written in the PowerPoint or in the illustration in the PowerPoint? Okay. Changes in the cardiovascular are not basically attributed to age. Rather, it is attributed with pathological conditions. Heart does not change significantly due to age, but enlarged heart is associated with cardiovascular disease and inactivity, which can lead to atrophy. Atrioventricular valve becomes thick and rigid as a result of sclerosis and fibrosis, leading to incomplete valve closure. And because there is incomplete closure, this will result to systolic and diastolic murmur. Adults normally adjust to the changes of cardiovascular quite well, especially those who have the capacity to choose some of the alternatives. Example, okay, for aging population, some will use elevator rather than stairs. Some will ride private vehicle rather than walk, diba? So those who can, those who have other choices will have easier way to adjust to aging. Maximum exercise capacity and maximum oxygen consumption vary with age. A healthy older adult may have the same cardiac capacity compared with a young person who is not healthy. Decreased elasticity of the arteries is responsible for the vascular changes in kidney, heart, and pituitary gland. Reduced elasticity of the vessels coupled with the thinning of the skin folds make the vessels in the extremities, neck, and head to become prominent. Kaya kung makipapansin niyo yung matatanda, prominent sa kanila yung kanilang mga ugat. Okay? So now, let's go to the gastrointestinal. Okay, what are the changes that are happening in our gastrointestinal as a person grows older? So let's start with the esophagus. With age, the strength of the contraction of the esophagus and the tension in the upper esophageal sphincter becomes decreased, or what we call, this is a condition that we call presbyesophagus. However, the movement of food is not impaired and affected by these changes. but some older adults can be affected by diseases which may interfere with esophageal contraction. Now, the changes in stomach it starts with the lining, okay? The stomach lining's capacity to resist damage decreases with age. This may lead to increase the risk of peptic ulcers, especially to those who use aspirin and the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Also, with age, stomach cannot accommodate as much food because of, decrease in elasticity. And the rate at which the stomach empties food into the small intestine decreases also. However, these changes typically do not cause any noticeable symptoms. Aging has little effect on the secretion of stomach juices, such as acid and pepsin. But conditions that decrease acid secretion, such as atrophic gastritis, become more common. Now, what are the changes in the small intestine? Okay. Aging has only minor effects on small intestine. Movement of contents through the small intestine and absorption are not much affected. However, lactase levels decrease, leading to intolerance of dairy products by many older adults. This is what we call lactose intolerance. Excessive growth of certain bacteria becomes more common with age and can lead to pain, bloating, and weight loss. This is what we call bacterial overgrowth syndrome. Okay. So bacterial overgrowth also lead to decreased absorption of certain nutrients, particularly yung B12, iron, and calcium. Okay. Now, what are the changes in the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder? With age, pancreas decreases in overall weight, and some tissue is replaced by scarring, or what we call the fibrosis. However, these changes do not decrease the ability of the pancreas to produce digestive enzymes and sodium bicarbonate. Liver and gallbladder are affected by age, and a number of structural and microscopic changes occur. So, in the large intestine and rectum, these organs do not undergo much change with age. The rectum does not enlarge somewhat. So, constipation becomes more common, which is caused by many factors, such as yung slight slowing in the movement of contents through the large intestine, a modest decrease in the contractions of the rectum when filled with stool. Another reason is the more frequent use of drugs that can cause constipation, and often less exercise or physical activity. So, what are the changes in the kidney, the bladder, and the urethra? Okay. So, let's start with the kidney. After the age of 40, there is decrease in the number of cells within the kidney. As this is happening, there is thickening of the connective tissue capsule surrounding the organ and a decrease in the thickness of the cortical region. The loss of kidney cells is explained by most of the glomeruli, as glomeruli are responsible for filtration. The loss of cells is associated with loss of kidney functioning. Now, for the bladder and the urethra, the walls of the bladder and urethra are made up of smooth muscles. Okay? With age, this muscle tissue weakens and becomes less elastic, similar to other muscles, kagaya nun sa gastrointestinal, kagaya nun sa physical changes, kung saan itong mga cells and the skins are undergoing decrease in elasticity. This means that the bladder is less able to expand and contract in older people. As a result, the bladders of elder people have a capacity of approximately 1/2 of young adults, and the bladders are unable to fully evacuate during urination.